Coming up on the debut of It's a Magical Day. That's right. It will be a magical day when we talk Walt Disney World Talk next. That's right. Having a magical day. The debut is coming up next here on the Grizz Internet Network. Are you ready for Flowering Garden at Epcot? We'll talk about it coming up next, right here on Having a Magical Day. You know, Ted, since you asked me a question before we go live with this show, I'll answer it. Bobby Lashley, new WWE champion. I think he loses it at WrestleMania, though. I don't know to who, but somebody is definitely going to get that belt from him before WrestleMania ends. Maybe Strowman. Coming up next, it is the debut of Having a Magical Day right here on Haps.tv. It's the final countdown. It's the final countdown. All right, I lied. One more countdown. Good evening. We were going to have When You Wish Upon a Star to kick the show off, but you know what? We're not going to have that for you. So, trying to get some Disney music going here right now in studio for you. That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to keep it as professional as we can. This is the debut of Having a Magical Day. Thanks for the super heart, Mike. But yes, we're trying to keep this show as professional as we can. So, sometimes things happen, though. Stay tuned. Coming up next, the debut of Having a Magical Day. Good. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anyway, good evening and welcome to Having a Magical Day, the debut edition, episode number 1. I am the Grizz, and tonight we will talk about all things Walt Disney World. This show for 1 hour is all about Walt Disney talk. And tonight, our first subject is the rebuilding of Disney's Epcot. Because at Epcot, what is currently taking place is something amazing. Hello, Harry. How are you tonight? I see Harry in the house. So let's talk about it. At Disney's Epcot, they are rebuilding the show in the water at the World Showcase, to be exact. It's being redone. And let me tell you, the previews for that show will blow your mind. The show used to be, keyword, of course, being used to, the show used to be called the Illuminations. Illuminations, Reflections of Earth. But now, the show is now going to be called Harmonious. And it's going to have elements that are going to be the craziest, wildest show that Disney has ever put on at nighttime. And it's coming to Epcot in the very near future. They don't have a specific date, but they are telling us that it will be a show that will blow your mind, and it will be at Epcot. Also coming to Epcot is the brand new Ratatouille. The Ratatouille ride is coming to the France Pavilion. And that also will be an interesting concept when Ratatouille in the ride will take you through the kitchen and shrink you down to a size of the rat, aka Ratatouille. That is coming to Disney's French Pavilion. Yes, indeed. And that also will be opening at a future date. Also coming to Epcot is Space 220, a restaurant that will transform you into 220,000 feet from Earth. You'll be transformed when you ride on the elevator, and it'll basically be designed inside with screens that make you feel like you're 220,000 feet above Earth. Yes, Epcot is being redone at Walt Disney World. Yes, it is. It's so true that Epcot is being redone. Are you excited about the all new Walt Disney World here coming up for the 50th anniversary on October 1st? Walt Disney World will celebrate its 50th anniversary. Are you excited? Are you planning to attend? I would like to know. So tonight, we invite you to tell us, are you planning to go to the 50th anniversary birthday party at Walt Disney World? We'll also talk about, besides what I just mentioned about Epcot, we'll tell you what's happening at the Magic Kingdom. We'll talk about my favorite restaurants, my favorite resorts, how you could save money at Walt Disney World right now. So there you go. You would go. There you go. Harry says he would go. He's only 40 minutes away. There you go, Harry. You would go. So, is there any plans right now for you to go to the celebration on October 1st? Because I hear it's going to be a madhouse. I personally will not be there on October 1st, but I do have plans of attending Walt Disney World very soon in the coming months. I was looking today and I found 35% off rooms at Disney's Yacht Club. The rooms we're going for per night with a water view in the month of May for $500 plus a night. You just heard it from me. There you go. So I'm the first guy to tell you about the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. Yes, indeedy, Harry. It's going to be a wild scene down there. And, it's October 1st, 50 years. My parents were there in 1972. And they said Walt Disney World just opened when they went for their honeymoon in 1972. Well, Harry, here's the bad news. If you don't already have a season pass, yes. Harry, the news is yes. Hello, Disney Chick. How you doing? Disney Chick's here. Disney Chick will break some news with us. Disney Chick, I'm going to invite you on. I'm going to invite you on because you are definitely an expert. So I will invite you on this broadcast here tonight. But yes, indeedy. So yeah, going back to it, Harry, there are no passes available for purchase for anyone right now. So there you go. No purchases available for anyone right now. You cannot buy a pass. You can only buy a local ticket at a discounted price. So if you're a Florida resident, of course, Harry, you told me you are, you can buy a local ticket on a discount price. But like I was telling you, Yacht Club you can get for about $500 a night on average. With a water view room, that's saving 35%. So that room normally sells for a lot more than $500 a night, but in the month of May, I seen the discount. It would cost me $2,100 for 4 nights, so a little more than $500 a night on average. So I've considered it. I've talked it over, and we're considering it. We'll see what happens. What's happening, Disney Chick? I invited you to come on in. You can come in with your audio only. You don't have to get on camera if you don't want to. Just letting you know. Oh, your daughter works for Disney. Well, there you go, Harry. Harry, guess what? You got a pass. Then there you go. See, Harry's got a connection. He always got to do is ask his daughter, and boom, Harry's got a free ticket. She'll get you in for nothing, Harry. They have free passes, but on October 1st, Harry, it's going to be really hard to get in there. Maybe you can get in with a media credential, Harry. That's what I'm thinking. You might be able to get in there with a media credential because they claim the tickets are going to be extremely hard to come by. All the reservations that they offer have been sold out for October 1st at the Magic Kingdom. So you're going to have to work a connection, make a phone call, and get it done for you. Let's see. Okay. Well, yeah, Disney Chick, you can hit it anytime you want to come on. You're invited for the whole show. You're invited all the way up till 9 p.m. East Coast time. It's a 1-hour show tonight. Tonight's Disney show is 1 hour. So I'm going to talk about another thing happening at Epcot, by the way. We're going to reverse steps and we're going to go back to Epcot because guess what's coming up tomorrow? Tomorrow is the Garden. What's the official word there? It's the Garden Festival. What is it? Disney Chick, help me out with this one. It's the Garden Festival, right? Flower and Garden Festival. There you go. I knew I'd come up with it. The Flower and Garden Festival kicks off at Epcot tomorrow. And they have all kinds of special food stands set up. See, there you go, Harry. Go down to the food. I'm sorry, not the food. It's the Flower and Garden Festival. Go down to that, Harry. It starts tomorrow. The weather tomorrow is not going to be so good, though. But yeah, definitely go check it out. Go down there and have a good time at Epcot because you can get the little sample plates, all kinds of different food, you know, like this weekend or something. Since you're only 40 minutes away, get down there and go enjoy it. The Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot. There we go. It's a mouthful. Flower and Garden. There we go. I got it now. The Food and Wine is the one I'll never forget because that's my favorite one. I bought a shirt there a couple of years ago at the Flower and Garden. I'm sorry, the Food and Wine Festival. I bought a shirt. I went to the Food and Wine Festival back about probably about 9 years ago. All you have to do, Disney Chick, when I sent you the invite, what you do is go down to your notifications on HAPS, and there'll be an invite from Grizz, and then you just click that. You can come on with me. There you go. It's simple as that. All you got to do, I'll tell you what, let me show you. Let me show you on my phone. I can help you out here. I'm going to pull up my HAPS app, okay? So get ready. I want to show you and walk you through it. So I'm pulling up my HAPS app. And down here, activity. It's under the word activity. There's a red invite button. There's a little red invite button. And then you go to your invites. And my invite should be there. So you just go to the go to this screen at the bottom there. Let me see here if I can show you. There you go. So hopefully you can figure that out and join us here. I'd love to have you come on. You're an expert on the Disney conversation. But meanwhile, like I said, the Flower and Garden Festival kicks off tomorrow, okay? And it goes on for months. So, like, Harry, if you can't make it this weekend, then guess what, Harry? You can make it another weekend because it'll be there for a while. And if you can't make that, there's always the Food and Wine, my favorite festival, which has a huge party I always wanted to go to, but the tickets are like $300 a pop. And I just never wanted to splurge for the $300. So, Disney Chick, it's simple. Open up the app on your iPhone, okay? Follow what I'm telling you. You can close out of watching me, right? Go to your HAPS app, right? Okay. Go to HAPS app. Then you go to notifications or go to activity on the bottom lower part of your screen. And then you can click activity, and then there should be an invite there that you click on the invite from me, and it should put you right here in my room. So anyway, like I was saying, they have tons of different things going on for this Flower and Garden Festival. They sell lots and lots of merchandise. They have lots and lots of finger foods for sale. They have some alcoholic drinks that are special for this festival, and they sell them dirt cheap. Well, Disney prices. I shouldn't say dirt cheap. Dirt cheap is a different word. They sell it at Disney prices, but you can get yourself a whole bunch of different options. So, enjoy it. Enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. Okay, yeah. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself at the Disney Flower and Garden Show. There you go. Yes, yes, yes. Go have a good time doing that this weekend. Now, what else can I tell you if you're a Disney fan? Or if you want to know about Disney and you're planning your first ever trip, okay, what can I tell you? I know what I can tell you here. Let's see. Number one, let's go on the list what I can tell you. You can get discounts by going to WaltDisneyWorld.com. They offer the discounts on that page. Right now, there's two different things you could save money on. You can either buy 4 days of park tickets and get 2 free, or you can go if you're staying at a fancier hotel and get the hotel 35% a night discount at the yacht club or at the beach club or at whatever fancy hotel you want to go to, then go for it, okay? Get yourself some money saved at a fancy Disney hotel Instead of paying the normal $700 a night with taxes, you can get it for $500 a night with taxes. I know. I'm not guiding you towards the cheapest room ever. I'm guiding you to a Disney experience. That's what this show is about. Having a magical day, how to have a good time at Walt Disney World. The other thing is, make sure you invest your time wisely and get those rides in. If you like to ride any kind of ride, let me tell you, you want to go and get on everything. Go early when they open the gate. And here comes Disney Chick. There she is. Disney Chick, welcome aboard. Here she comes.
You
Good to
got me.
have you.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead. So, what?
Okay,
Tell
sorry about
everybody,
that.
what's your favorite Disney experience?
Oh my God, my favorite Disney experience. What's my favorite Disney experience? Well, God, they're all really good. Well, as an employee, shouldn't be saying this out loud, but I've never waited on lines. I took someone the day before yesterday. I'm lying. Friday. Um, zero lines, like none. Like I'm just a little bit on the blessed side as far as I just have the gift of gab. People like me, I guess. Um, and my friend was just like, so it was her birthday, and she was so appreciative that we literally got on every ride straight away, zero lines.
Wow,
Um,
you guys really enjoyed it then.
we had a good ass day, and still made it to Disney Springs that evening and had dinner at House of Blues. So she had a really good birthday, and then well, it was a birthday weekend because then the next day we went to Cocoa Beach and spent all day there. Had picnic basket fully stocked, biggest umbrella ever. We had an excellent weekend. So that was Friday, Saturday actually. Yeah. So she was really happy. But as far as Disney's concerned, I mean, they're all really great experiences. It's everybody has their preferences. I worked at Epcot, so I always go to Mexico because I love my avocado margarita. And every person who came to the outdoor theater, I worked at the American Garden Theater. They called me back, but I put it on hold because I still don't know what I'm going to do as far as am I going to stay in Florida or move upstate New York. Because I have a 7-year-old now. I'm adopting, and I'm waiting for his 2-year-old sister. So, um, but I love Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Twice we tried to get on the queue for the rides for the Star Wars stuff. Didn't make it, so I canceled my reservation.
Wow, you didn't have no connections to get you on Star Wars Rise of
No,
Resistance?
because everything is by the queue. There is no such thing as a connection for those rides. There literally is not. If you get there at rope drop and like there's literally no one there, which will never happen, then you can go 2 and 3 times. But as far as not making it into the queue, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no body. Even if you went to guest services, they're like, our hands are tied. Guest services is good for a lot of things, but when it comes to anything Star Wars, their hands are tied. They can't do
Wow.
anything. Yeah. So if somebody knows of an inn, definitely let me know because we did try. I mean, we were gonna go on Saturday, but when we didn't get into the queue, we said, "Oh well, Cocoa Beach it is."
Yeah,
So
see, what with me, I'm a big Disney fan, so I'm not going anywhere but Disney, that. So
right, right. So yeah, no. So okay, so fill me in on the 50th. I know a little bit about the 50th. I've been so preoccupied with this kid. So and I know the 50th is happening, but did you say all the reservations are already, or do they have stuff reserved for Floridians?
what they're saying is that all the reservations are already gone for the 50th celebration on October 1st.
Oh, for the first. Why is the first? Oh, that's the first day.
Yes, the first is
Okay.
actually the anniversary date of when they opened the Magic Kingdom in
Oh,
Walt
okay.
Disney World.
Okay. Because I have my button for the 25th, from the 25th anniversary. I went,
Right.
but it wasn't the first day, and my kids were little at that time. My two adult children were little.
Did you work there back 25 years ago or
Oh
no?
God, no, no. We would just come up every. we lived in Seattle. We still have our house in Seattle. So we would come up every other year, and then on the opposite year, we would go to one in California, which is closest to us.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
See, like
yeah.
with me, like I don't spend that much time down there per se. It just happened when Disneyland was having their 50th. I was in Orlando on vacation.
Oh, okay, okay. You
Yeah,
mean
I was given a newspaper,
you mean the
souvenir.
25th?
No, the 50th in California. So
Oh,
this is now the
California.
50th in
Okay,
Orlando coming up.
right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was 2005. So that was
yeah.
16 years ago. Yep.
Okay. Hey Harry, what department does your daughter work in? Is she a bus driver or what's she doing? So my uncle, who's still there, and he's not going to retire next year, but the year after, he just discovered. He's way overdue for the retirement, but he's been there 27 years. This December was 27 years for him.
Wow, 27 years the company.
Yep. And he was going to retire last year, and then he was going to retire this year, but I guess he's just antsy. He says he wouldn't know what to do with himself if he did.
Well, I'm sure he'd miss the people too, because the interaction with the people
Yeah.
attending Magic Kingdom and whatnot.
Right. Okay. So Harry's got the whole in. She's an executive assistant. She knows things. Harry's our new hookup, Grizzly. I have one of my friends who doesn't live too far from me because I'm in Four Corners. I'm here in Claremont. She's an executive assistant also, and I don't know. She's just so busy with because she's at Epcot. Um,
Well,
yeah,
there's a lot going on at Epcot right now. There's a ton going on at
a
Epcot. There's,
lot,
like I was saying, the Flower and Garden starts tomorrow, so those people are running around with a chicken without a head right
and
now.
that's what she's doing. Yeah, she
Yeah,
normally has Wednesdays and Thursday off. They have her every day coming in this week every day, so she'll have the weekend off. But normally she has Wednesday and Thursday, and we usually do our brunch stuff. She was like, "Nope, can't do it. They got me so tied to the fence there." So
all the major bloggers already announced that they're going to be out there tomorrow. I seen
I
that. I was
already
watching the
know.
bloggers this morning.
Yeah, I'm tempted to use one of my tickets, because I'm saving my tickets, my paper tickets for next year. But um, I'm almost tempted to go tomorrow by myself while Sam's at school. Yeah, Harry, I know your daughter's always busy. Any of the execs are, especially now, especially with COVID and all. Everyone's on their P's and Q's. Everyone's on edge. Um, yeah, I feel for those guys. I do. I do. I really
It's
do.
got to be tough to be telling people that they're losing their job. I mean, especially back, about maybe 6 months ago when they were really cutting jobs.
Yeah. I was just fortunate because again, I wasn't supposed to be there. I was supposed to have already left for New York, and because of COVID, you know, they delayed my getting Sam by 6 whole months, so I didn't get him until August. Oh, my eye is jumping something awful. I didn't get him until August. I was supposed to have him in March, which was when COVID hit. And then Aurora, his little sister, coming from Connecticut. I was supposed to get her same time, pretty much, and I won't be getting her until April 3rd. They're meeting me in North Carolina. These states are so funny the way they do things. Child services, it's sad actually. But yeah, so I was really hoping to be able to take both kids. When I have them. I mean, Sam before he started school because I got him at the end of August, so he had a blast. Um, and then we started him in school. So we hit up all
Yeah,
the parks.
I seen where you were showing Sam. You were down there walking around Springs with him a couple times.
Oh yeah, he loves Disney Springs. He's a Lego. Oh my God, this kid can see something and he will build it. Like he will build it almost 3D version ish with his Legos. I mean, he's only 7, but there's just no way this kid's not going to be an engineer. All right, I'm boring you guys with my stuff, but I'm doing a deep condition on my hair, so I was like, oh, okay, who's on Haps? But yeah, so I'm gonna really miss it when I leave. Um, but as long as my uncle's working there and his son is trying to get back on, he's been with BJ's for 5 years, but he wants to get back on with Disney because now he has walking toddlers. So for whatever that's worth, yeah. So I'll always have an in, I guess.
Well, there you go.
When
No, it
someone
always pays to
retires,
know
their life is.
somebody inside, especially now with the jobs scarce as they are.
Yeah, that's true.
You think they're going to bring them back to full staff at some point?
They are. I can say with certainty that they will. Can you believe that? Who was that? Uh, was it Texas?
Yeah, Texas announced they're 100%
I
reopening
was
next
like,
week.
what the hell is the matter with that? I'm like, oh my god, I can't. I was like, this has got to be a joke. So I'm like clicking on them. I'm like, no, this is like CNN. Holy crap! But wow, that's all I can say is wow. I don't
Well,
know.
Florida Governor DeSantis been pretty aggressive about reopening things down there.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Like right now, the biggest question I have is what's going to happen to Disney, let's say a year from now? Do you think they're really going to get it back to over 75% capacity in the
I
parks?
do. Hell, I felt like it was over 75 when I went to Animal Kingdom on Friday.
Really?
And then Disney Springs was just as packed that night. I was like, I mean, it was a beautiful day. I mean, it was 79 degrees when we got to Disney Springs that night. And we didn't get there until 6:30, 7 p.m. But I think they're going to go back 100%. I know they will. And the whole thing that Texas is doing it right now is just people are going to want to follow suit. And Florida will. So I don't know. Just yeah, I'm going upstate New York, so it's a nice small town. I mean, but yeah, Harry, I agree. They're gonna bounce back. They're not
Well, now's the
losing
time to buy Disney stock because it's
for
going
real
up to
though.
225 a share, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, it's a really good time. It is. I just took a chunk of money and put it on, purchased some Bitcoin. But I'm like, let me look at my other portfolio and get some stock. So, so I can't wait to go back.
Well, there
I
you go.
know.
We already have the comments in the room. People saying they can't wait to go back.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the people are there. When I went on Friday, because it's been a minute since I'd gone, and I went on Friday, and I was just so surprised. I wasn't surprised because it was a beautiful day. It wasn't too hot. It was perfect. It was 83 degrees with zero breeze, and it was packed. I was like, this has got to be more than 75% capacity. It was hell more than 50.
There you go, Harry. Well, hold on to that stock until it hits 225.
Seriously.
I don't think it'll get higher than 225 though. I think that's the tap out number.
Mm, yeah. That's
Because if you've been watching it, like I've been watching that stock now for a couple of years. I remember when it was like $88 a share, and
Mhm.
now it's almost 200 a share.
Yeah.
And I really believe 225 is where it's going to tap out.
Yeah. Yep.
Unless
Yeah.
they merge with Apple or something, maybe then it would change.
Like it'll go up.
Yeah, like if you need to merge, like they need to merge with somebody in order for it to really rocket into the 300 and all
Yeah.
those big numbers. But like I said, 225 I think's the tap out number.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
I remember we did a tour back in 2010. We met this fella by the name of Bob. And
Mm.
Bob told us he was, obviously a guy high up the food chain. He was wearing a suit and all.
Mm.
And Bob told us, he said, listen, he said, things are going to change. They want to raise the stock price. And that was back, like I said, 11 years ago. So,
Mm-hmm.
they have made changes. I've seen it. Things aren't the same at Disney World anymore. When I came in for the first time, thanks for subscribing, by the way, but
Thanks, Katie.
appreciate that, KD. Thank you. When I first came in as a customer in 2005,
Mm-hmm.
things were very reasonably priced. And over the last 15 years, I've watched it rock and roll through like all kinds of crazy high prices. So, you
Yeah.
used to get a room like really dirt cheap. Pop Century used to be like $88 a night with
I
taxes.
think we stayed at Pop Century one year
Yeah.
just because, but mostly we would do Green Acres because we were military. And so we got a really good deal. And we did Pop Century once. Yeah, is that the one like for kids? Is it Pop Century? The one that's catered towards for kids? Is that Pop Century?
Pop Century is, yeah, they have the bowling pool, bowling pin pool. They also have Pop Century is more like movie scenes throughout
Right.
the
No.
property.
Okay.
They have different icons, set up throughout the property. Giant,
Okay.
like big, monstrous 3-story, what the heck you call it? They're huge. They're scenes from the movies, and they actually
Okay.
turn them
Okay.
into
That might have been
statues, I
it.
guess we'll
Yeah.
call them.
I feel like it was more catered to kids where we stayed, but that sounds like the same thing. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, but Pop
But
Century was always the best place to stay because they had a bus that took you directly to the park.
okay, then that probably was it because we would go straight to the park.
Yes, at All Star Sports, All Star Music, and All Star Movies, a bus could stop at all three
Oh,
properties.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, because they were the low price. They're called the value resorts: Pop Century,
Right,
All Star
exactly.
Music, Movies, and Sports. Then you go up the next tier. You got the French Quarter and the Port Orleans Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the Coronado Springs, which we stayed more recently.
Right,
And then finally, you have the Caribbean Beach.
right.
And that's
So
your nod choices.
my daughter, I forgot to tell you this, Chris, but my daughter, who's a nurse at University of Washington, Seattle, she is now in Boston. She's in their master's program. She's going to be an anesthesiologist. So she's coming here on the 18th on her birthday, and I just made a spa reservation at the what's the big hotel, the big one,
Grand Floridian?
Grand Floridian. Thank you. So we're
There you go.
doing breakfast and spa. Then I'll be broke.
Well, I never did the spa. I sent somebody there years ago. I sent somebody to the spa I was with, and I went out and walked around and just surveyed the property on my own there and took some notes because I'm a big uh, I'm a big inspector type person. I like to
I
walk around and take some mental notes.
Yeah, I do the same,
Yeah,
especially when you're
I worked
spending big money
security for
like that.
20 plus years. So I was looking for all kinds of, safety issues. And,
Right.
I wanted to make a note for myself because one day I was hoping to get a job where that's what I would do is I would walk around and be the guy that saves Disney from getting, lawsuit after lawsuit coming in
Right.
from a security perspective. So that's what my big, dream has been is to work, Disney security
Hmm.
on a more, office type, level.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It does. But yeah, no, and it's a nice spa. It's a really nice spa, and so yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, I'll never work for ABC Broadcasting, but like I said, I would love to work for Disney security as a guy who finds the cracks. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
'cause there's, I tell you what, I don't want to say it publicly, but there's one thing that concerns me dramatically about Disney security.
Uh huh.
I found this loophole that, like, if somebody wanted to, man, oh man, it could get ugly. You know what I'm saying? It's like I
Uh huh.
found that loophole in their security. And
Hmm.
also, I watch these guys making the YouTube videos where they sneak over to this abandoned property on Disney property. They're like, there's abandoned
Oh,
grounds they should stay. And
yeah.
these guys, they go over there and make YouTube videos. Well, guess what? That shows you there's cracks if they're getting into
Yeah,
your
and we were,
property.
and
You know what
yeah,
I'm
and
saying?
they would
You
talk
need to have
about
that
that.
property in lockdown.
Yeah, they would talk about that during training, talk about if you see something, say something. But a lot of people get away with so much that, of course, you never hear about. You know, and was it was it SNL? I was watching something. It must have been SNL. You know how they say, when something happens at Disney, it happened in the parking lot.
Oh,
It
wow.
never be in the property. But I was like, oh my god, people say that, and now it's like on an SNL skit. That is hilarious. But no, there's a lot of stuff that goes down that you never hear about, and
Well,
it's like,
one time I was harmlessly filming like into Epcot, and
uh
I had a security guard come over, and he said, "You can't film this area."
right,
And
and
the
you really
reason why
can't.
is because the security entrance was over there, and I
Right.
wasn't intentionally filming them.
Right, right. So what I did, I got smart because the other scopers told me, Periscope. I've learned so much from them. I have a bungee cord, the phone holder. So you
Right.
strap it up, you adjust it for your neck so that it's filming. Because I'll hold it up and then you could just put it down, and it's still filming. I flip the camera around while they're going through my bag, so I don't address the phone, but it's still filming. And I try not to get faces when it comes to security, but I don't care. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, but like I said, my big thing is I feel like it's too late now because like you had children drown in pools. You had the alligator incident
Yeah,
where the
yeah,
alligator pretty much the kids over by the alligator. See,
yeah.
these things should have been addressed a long time ago.
They should have. Yeah, yeah. I
If they
mean,
would have had the right person working that job, they would have never lost all that money because they paid out a ton of money in that lawsuit.
yeah. And that's at one of their new hotels too. One of the new ones they opened last summer. Little Indian girl went straight through there, and I was just standing there taking pictures. She went right through the slats going into the pond. I grabbed her. My hands
Wow.
was able to snatch her right back. And I went straight to the security, and I had them walk me. I said, "Nope, you guys follow me. I'm gonna tell you exactly where it happened." I took a picture of it. I shit you not. That fence. When I came back, I couldn't even get my fist through it. And because they knew I filmed it, they knew I went and got them. They knew I walked them back. I'm like, I grabbed that girl. And yeah, they knew they had to. I mean, not that they wouldn't have had I not made such a stink about it, but if she ended up in that pond, in that water, like wow,
Yeah, you just saved Disney a big payday.
huge payday. You
Yeah,
kidding me? So I'm like, but how do you not? There are standards, are there not? How do you? It's like you buy a toddler. What do you call those security gate thing? Or you find a gate for your stairs. There's standards. So how I don't understand how a mistake like that could be made. You have to assume the smallest kid is going to maybe be 30 pounds toddler, but they come in all sizes. So you got to make it so that no one's fitting through there, especially near water.
exactly, exactly. Like the thing they've done is all pools now have entrance that you have to go through. You have to open up a door in order to get into the pool area at all
Right.
resorts. I noticed that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
been
Even
going
at
on
the
for
Willow
years
Beach.
now. Actually, they put these gates in there so the kids just can't roam into the pool and go down into the water and then drown.
Right. Yeah. Because I went to last weekend. We went to not this week, but a few. We were hotel hopping on the water at Universal City Walk. So we
Right.
took the ferry to all the different hotels. And when we went to Hard Rock, same thing, like you're describing. Like you go through the back door, you go in, through the hotel, and to their pool. There's still another, door, and then the security gate to get actually into the. I'm like, wow, that was a lot. you
Well,
know.
sometimes you're better safe than sorry. That's the one lesson I learned in security years ago.
Yeah.
Is always make
Oh,
sure you have that prevention mode up to the highest level.
yeah. The saddest thing I ever saw. Was stationed in Japan. I was doing childcare. My husband was out to sea, so I was like, yeah, I'll do some childcare. So I got certified. I lived on the ninth floor. There was another lady on that compound. I call her compound. On base who also did childcare. She also lived on the ninth floor. This is the weirdest thing, and I think about this, and my heart just goes out every time I think about it. This was years ago. Well, my daughter's 27 now, so this was literally 27 years ago. 26. I think she was 2 at the time. And she went out to lunch with one of her friends, a Japanese lady who lived out in the economy, but she left her daughter. The Japanese lady left her daughter at the friend's house on the ninth floor, and her sister came in from town and said, "Oh no, I'll watch her. I'll watch them. You go have lunch." The girl who just came into town was obviously jet lagged, fell asleep on the couch. The sliding glass door was open. The Japanese toddler, climbed onto a bicycle, went over the side. You know how they found out where she belonged? They were going from door to door with her shoes. Oh my God, I closed down my daycare for like a week just thinking about it, crying every day.
Oh
And you
my
know what
God.
happened? Literally the next day, they went from apartment to apartment, drilling a hole at the top of the sliding glass door and putting a chain and a pin. So in order to open it, you had to pull the pin out and then pull the thing from the bottom and then slide your door open. If anyone had children, well, they did it for all the apartments, but they started it with all the ones that had children. just
Yeah.
thinking about that child.
Yeah, I mean, like they say, prevention is really the number one rule of thumb. All these tragedies could have been prevented. Hell, I almost became a statistic of that tragedy thing too. When I was only, I guess, 11 years old. I went,
Mhm.
I ran to the middle of the pool at the Howard Johnson's. There was no
Oh yeah.
lifeguard on duty, and I jumped in the middle of the pool and I couldn't swim, and it was 7 feet of water.
Wow.
And
Wow. Oh my
my
God.
aunt, luckily, she was watching us and she noticed me waving my hands.
Right.
So she yelled, and then my brother, luckily, knew how to swim.
Right.
He jumped in, grabbed a hold of me, and got me to the ladder. And otherwise, I would have been a goner.
Wow.
So I'm speaking from personal experience here. I'm
Right.
trying to I'm trying to do two things that are positive. One, I'm trying to prevent anybody from losing their life, and two, I'm trying to save the corporation money. So,
Right.
you know,
Right.
my intentions are, for everybody's safety involved in this and
Yeah.
everybody's happiness.
Yeah. My kids both were swimming at 3. Man, I got them in that water pretty much right at birth. In Washington State, we're surrounded by nothing but water. I used to go over that floating bridge from Seattle to Bellevue or wherever. I used to tell my kids, if I ever meet you in heaven, I find out you didn't you didn't die trying. Don't talk to me. But they were both swimming. They both got their lifeguard certification at 13.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just one of those things that at the end of the day, you just hope that this never happens again. And of course, now they learn because they put gates up everywhere, and
Yeah.
they did everything they can to prevent this from ever happening again.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, there's somebody in that boardroom. I'm sure they heard those two famous words: "You're fired."
Right.
You just
Exactly.
cost this company millions of dollars. Go pack your bags and get the hell out of here.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You're running the business here. It's not just, I mean, somebody screws up, somebody's going to take the fall.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. Yeah.
At the end of the day, but like I said, there's situations. What made me think about it was after the situation in Las Vegas where the guy got up there and the guy who security let get all those guns up to his room and he shot
Oh
down.
yeah. Oh my God. I remember when those rooms were so cheap. Me and my girlfriends went. Oh my God, it was so eerie. Those rooms were so dirt cheap. After that, we stayed at the MG. Where did we stay? I mean, everywhere. Everywhere was cheap. I don't think we stayed in that hotel, but yeah.
But
Yeah.
the fact
That.
the fact that security didn't do their job, and like I said, there's been stories of guys getting guns into the theme park. Somehow they get a gun in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy that happens.
Yeah. It is. It
You
is.
should be patting down anybody, I mean, they should be trained how to look for a gun.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, I mean, once again, all this stuff has been since corrected, but, back, last 5 years, you haven't heard of it much in the last five. But
Right.
before that, 6 years plus, you heard about it constantly about this guy got a gun into the animal kingdom. This guy got a gun into this place.
Right.
That's just like, well, somebody obviously ain't doing their job right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I
You
didn't
know,
know because I didn't. Matter of fact, I think when I got hired, but I didn't start training for 2 weeks after my hiring. So I was in the gate. I was in the parks every day for 2 weeks, every day,
okay.
and I had my pepper spray in my. It was a cute little pink thing, literally hung. Well, just hung on the inside of my little cute. It was a leather backpack for 2 weeks, and it wasn't until training that I was like, "Oh shit!" And I took it out of there, but no one ever stopped me. This was December 2018.
And nobody ever stopped you with something that
Never
you
once.
put in, right?
Never once.
Wow. That
Never
that is
once.
just totally unacceptable. Wow.
2008. This was when I was hired, and I never
Wow.
once thought about it. I didn't because I travel. I drive. I drive from state to state, and just not once did I even think to take that thing out of my purse. It was because it was locked in my purse. It was just in there. It's not something that roams around in there. So
Hmm.
not once did they, and it was, I guess you could call it a hidden compartment. It's a leather bag. It's a Coach backpack, and one of the older models, but you know, it had its own little compartment on the side that you could just slip that in it. I swear it was made for that. And nope, they never saw it because it was so concealed in that purse. You know, you look in a black purse, it's like a black hole. And I used to tell people if they want to find something, feel for it. Don't look, because you'll never find my wallet. You'll never find my lipstick case or anything. If you want lipstick, feel for it. Don't look. Don't look for it. And boom, they found it every time. So that was the problem with that bag. We called it the black hole. But yeah,
How
no,
about that?
security never caught that thing. They never once flagged it.
Well, I mean, I'm sure the changes have been made since, the last couple years.
Yeah.
And right now, the last thing Disney needs is some kind of bad press, with the
Right.
50th anniversary coming up. This is the most critical time for the company to turn this thing around and put themselves, back into a packed house situation and ringing those registers.
Right. Right.
Because
Yeah.
everybody's going to want the shirt that says 50 years Walt Disney. Those
Everybody.
things are going to be hotcakes.
Yeah. Because I mean, think about okay, my walk-in closet is ridiculous. I've never been a purchaser of things, but with COVID happened, everything that has 2020 on it, I'm like, it's a garment. I'm buying it. I don't care that it has 2020 on it. I have two lawn bags full of shit in my walk-in closet, and a lot of it is for the kids, but a lot of it's clothing, uh, bowls, spoons, you name it, anything and it's from all the parks. And you know how we had the big sale at the end at the what is it, NBA or whatever you call it, the sports complex.
Right, right.
Everything was like 88% off, and then our 20% on it. It's like, how are you gonna pass that up? So yeah, a lot of things.
Wow. So they dropped it 88% off and then another 20 on top of that.
Something like that.
Crazy. You basically got it
Very.
on pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, because I went the last couple of days. I mean, every day I would see on the Facebook page everybody would post what they purchased, and plus we got a bag full of free things also, which I actually appreciate because I used a spray bottle. It was a built-in fan with the spray, so I filled that with ice. Um, that was came in pretty nicely at the beach
So
on
you're
Saturday.
saying Disney donated a lot of this stuff to you guys for nothing?
Yeah, for nothing. So if you went
Wow.
shopping and you say you had two shopping bags, on your way out you pick another one that had a bunch of really cool things in it. That big Enterprise popcorn thing, popcorn holder, I gave that away as a gift to someone who lives here. But people were selling that on eBay, YouTube, wherever you can sell something. And as an employee, you're not supposed to do that, but people were doing it anyway. The whole Enterprise pop, they were selling a lot of stuff. People are going to do what they're going to do. But I'm like, if you plan to be rehired, you're an idiot. Why would you do so? And a lot of people were doing it. A lot. So they
Well,
buy it and then turn around and sell
knowing
it.
the circumstances, do you really think they're going to be like strict about that?
Yeah, I know, right? Seriously. I mean, because, yeah, chance,
You
I
know what I mean?
mean,
Like, honestly, like, I think they're going to bend the rules and something like that, they'll bend the rules a little bit.
yeah, because people were hurting for money. I guess they were. Yeah, people were hurting for money.
Right, right. And they get that. They get that, like, so they
Yeah,
try to do what they could do to help people out, maybe. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. But people kept putting warnings on the Facebook page. Don't do that. But people were doing it. They didn't care. You
Yeah,
know.
I've never worked for them, so I didn't have nothing to do with that one.
Right, right, right.
Like I
But
said, my
yeah,
dream was to work for them, but you know what? I don't know how to, like, when you got hired there, I know, like, the interview process, I've been told, is pretty in depth, right?
um, I've always well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Okay, so because I was in Miramar when I was hired, so my interview was over the phone, and I was originally hired to be a bus driver. Took the test, passed it, no problem. And the guy who hired me went on vacation for like 3 freaking weeks. So I drove down here and stayed at Airbnbs every week. Like, why did he disappear on me? What's going on? But my uncle lives here, so I was just like hanging out with him, going to the park every day, but sitting and waiting. And so finally I said, well, I'm going up to HR. And I go up in there, and he's like, oh, no, yeah, no, he's fine. He went on vacation. I said, I thought you quit. I'm not getting any replies back. They go, yeah, nobody takes each other's messages. You just have to wait till he gets back. Um, What was my whole point? Where was I going with this? Where was I
About how
going with this?
difficult it is to get hired.
Oh yeah, okay. So I did everything online, and then when he got back, he made me go into HR and you do all your personal stuff on their computer. But as far as the interviewing, that was nothing. I interviewed with this guy online. He called back for a second interview, did that, no problem. The part that's the hardest is like a personality test, which I, for one, do not understand how anyone could fail. But I knew one of my neighbors when I first moved here to Claremont. She said she failed it 3 times, and they make you wait. And I'm like, it's a freaking personality test. Tell the truth. There are no right or wrong answers. So I guess the system can tell when you're overcompensating or you answered one way in one set of questions, then you answered another. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
really
get
have
it.
to think. I had to take one of them for my security job I had at Lockheed. They
Right.
made me take it a handwritten with a pencil. I had to answer 500 questions. And I just sat there and just stayed focused the whole time and answered it.
Wow.
And I
Yeah. Yeah.
passed it.
No, you're right. I remember that. No, I had one was like 500 or 700 questions, and then I had the security. So basically, my job would have been walking the prisoners from, this is like downtown Seattle, from the jailhouse to the courthouse. That's all I would be doing, going back and forth. But that
Wow.
test, that was worse than TSA. My cousin told me her TSA exam was hell on wheels. But when I explained the whole prison and court thing, she goes, "Oh man, that's worse than what I went through." And I
Yeah,
got all
believe
the
me,
way.
getting into that Lockheed job that paid $11 an hour.
Oh, at
Okay,
Lockheed
that's
Martin?
all
Are
it
you
paid.
serious?
Yeah, it paid $11 an hour, like as a new guard, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
And so I didn't get no raise for like a year, and I had a boss that was real nasty. So I finally put my foot down, and I turned around and said to her, I said, "You know what? You pay me to do this stuff." I said, "You're paying me $11 an hour, and you want me to do, like
Right,
over and
right.
beyond?" I said, "Hell no!" I said, "Give me more money."
Yeah, that's crazy.
I
Yeah,
stayed there though. I was there 3.5 years, got a couple raises. At the end, I was making a little bit better, but
right,
it wasn't much better. It was a couple
right.
bucks more, but that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, these companies today, you know what? I mean, like not today, but then. Let's put it that back then, because that was back 5 years ago. I haven't
Yeah.
been there.
No,
I left
even
there
more
in
than that. Yeah, that's
2015, 2016,
yeah.
15. I left. I left there in 2015.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was different. And there was Uber, where people, they get in your car and they think that, like, they think you're getting paid a bundle of money. And I try to be real with them. I said, "Look,
Yeah.
this is my car." I said, "I'm going to be lucky if I get $10 for driving you 10
Right.
miles."
Oh yeah, a lot of places. Yeah, a lot of places were less than that. My cousin did that, and hers was like a Uber slash YouTube thing. If I gave you her name, you would fall on the floor laughing, because the people, and she sported like a gorgeous girl, and she sported a really big afro, and she had a sign behind her head, on the back of the seat. Please do not touch my hair. What is it with white
Wow.
privilege and people thinking they can just, and she was like, "Nichelle, I'm not making this shit up." And then she started a YouTube channel. And I just could not believe the things that people would do to her while she's driving.
Yeah, no, no. People are crazy. I mean, I could tell you stories for days about being an Uber driver.
Yeah, she quit after about a year or so. I think she won a car on Price is Right and used that car to do Uber.
Oh,
So that,
wow.
yeah, because she won the whole, on Price is Right, you win the whole showcase. She won the whole showcase. She won the living room suite, a kitchen
How about that?
suite. She sold all of that to pay the taxes on the car. And then she took that car and used it as a business.
Well, I'm going to be doing this show every week. It's called Having a Magical Day. I opened a Facebook page.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
yeah, I got a Facebook page, Having a Magical Day. It's a group. It's not a page, because they
Okay.
wouldn't let me get a page. They made me take a group, Having a Magical Day, and I'm trying to, I want to create something out of it to get some traction. And what I want is like people to ask questions about, like, what to do when I go on vacation,
Oh,
how to
okay.
plan
Oh,
their
yeah.
trip. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to help them do.
Okay. So yeah, let's get together on that because I can, I can get, and I'm sure Harris can do the same. Um, as far as getting, I mean Harry. as far as getting like some inside tips. Not anything too secretive, but that would be fun to be part of that.
Yeah, so like I said, we'll do this every week. Tuesday night, 8 to 9 is the time slot right now. I think we'll
Okay.
stick with it. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm up against some big shows right now,
Yeah, yeah,
so it's
yeah.
kind of hard to get a lot of people in here. 8 to 9 is a popular slot.
Right, right. Okay. Yeah, it is. It is a popular slot.
Yeah, we're up against Shonda Schilling, and Shonda Schilling on Haps.tv is probably the number one rated show, I would bet.
Wait, what does she do? What's her name?
Shonda Schilling, her husband Kurt was a baseball Hall of Fame pitcher.
Oh, okay. And what does she talk about? Mostly
Well,
sports?
she has cancer, and she answers questions about her personal battle with cancer.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
Shonda takes questions from the audience and all. So I
Right.
forgot that they were on this time slot when I originally posted it. My girlfriend says you should probably change it, and I said, well, I'll leave it and see what happens.
And she's on Haps?
Yeah, well, they're
Okay.
under. It's under Kurt Schilling. Curtis is. He uses Curtis as his name on Haps. Curtis Schilling.
Showing. Okay.
Yeah, and he's a Major League Baseball pitcher who's retired. That's a Hall of Famer. There was a
Oh,
whole bunch of craziness with the Hall of Fame that they didn't. He should have been put in there. They didn't put him in though. So
oh, I see. I see.
so but they're on now. So that's what I'm saying is like so I might move it later. Make it like 9 to 10 or 10 to 11 starting next
Oh,
week. We'll
okay.
see. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's hard to judge on these numbers when you set up the show. That they had me. My count started at like 40, and I don't know why. Like they started my count. I just go live and it says 40 people, and I don't understand why. But.
Well, it's probably the people who are looking for something to watch, and they may click on, like, I know, I mean, a lot of people, they click on and they click right off. You know, like I
Right.
like.
Like, well, because I scheduled it. I scheduled the show. So next week I won't schedule it. I'll just come here, 8
Oh,
o'clock
okay.
or 9 o'clock. I'll announce it. I'll have another show
Right.
talking about it. Because
Yeah.
I was out showing the stadiums in Philly. I've been doing all kinds of stuff.
Nice. That is the one thing I like about Haps. It says set one up. And so people knew when I was going to Disney Springs. I tried to go as much as I could during Black History Month because they
Right.
had the jazz artists. So I said, okay, the people who were like, hey, thanks for recording that. And I go, okay, I'm going to schedule for the next one. So I tried to do it the next day as much as I could. And some days was Instagram, and some days was Hap, and some days was Periscope and or Facebook
If
Live.
you have recordings of it, you could download it to your laptop and then play it here on Haps. They have a thing where you can play videos.
Oh, then I need to look into that tomorrow. I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
can
Go on your
save that
laptop
stuff.
and there's like a
Yeah.
studio thing and you can play videos on there.
Right, right. We went
So
to
there you
Animal
go. But
Kingdom
yeah,
the
like
other day.
getting back to the Disney thing, tomorrow's a big day. It's a
Day
flower and
one of
garden festival
Flower and
starts
Garden,
at
right.
Epcot, and we'll see what the announcements are about the 50th coming soon. So we'll be
Well, I'm going to
watching
call
that.
Kim and see if she wants to go because I might record first thing tomorrow. I don't know. I might go. I might
Yeah,
use a
get down
ticket.
there. All the big names are going to be there. Resort One TV is going to be there.
Oh,
Disney
that's
Worlds are
right.
going to be there. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. So I might do that.
you know how it is. It's a crowded field when it comes to Disney bloggers.
Yeah, true. That's true.
You know who my favorite is, though? My favorite is Jeff and Mary Ellen. I love them
They're
too. I
so
think
cool. I met them. So we had dessert together finally.
there you go.
we had dessert together, what, a couple of months ago during the food and wine, whatever it was. And they met Sam. It was pretty cool, like real quick. It was real quick in and out. Matter of fact, he got something and he was like, I'm splitting this. I can't eat the whole thing. Or was it I gave him, I don't know what it was. Something that was too dense for me. Yeah, I think I gave a half to his daughter, whoever, not his daughter, whoever was with him. I can't remember. But yeah, I finally got to meet them. That was cool. But yeah, you're right. Everyone's going to be there tomorrow. Ugh, do I want to deal with
Yeah, well,
that?
I
I
don't.
don't know.
Jeff won't be there because he has his full-time job to go to. I'm sure, but
Oh,
like I said, all the big ones will be
the
there.
big outlets. Yeah, yeah.
I'm hoping to join that crowd though. Like, my goal eventually is to stream live from the parks on a regular basis.
Right. So when are you moving?
My goal is to move right now. We're looking at the middle of May.
Oh, okay, okay.
We're looking at the yacht club for a week, and I could stream from the pool side there, and
Nice. That'll be nice.
and show the yacht club and all that good stuff on there.
Right, right. Okay, cool,
That's
cool,
my
cool.
intentions if it all works out. But like I said, it's tentative for mid-May,
Right.
so we'll
Right
see.
on. Right on. That'll be good. Cool, cool,
Yep,
cool.
yep. Yeah,
Well,
I looked at all the names, all the names that were taken so far, and this having a magical day wasn't taken yet. Nobody used it yet.
that is so weird, right? You would think anything magical would have been taken.
Yeah, no, having
Huh.
a magical day was wide open. I was thinking about it. What is the name that nobody's used yet? So I was like, boom, there it is.
Wow, you lucked out, like for real.
Yeah, because I Googled it. Nobody came up under it. So I said, boom, there it is. The title is Having a Magical Day. That'll be the group. I already got, like I said, the group on Facebook's already been created. It hasn't developed yet because it's hard to find Disney fans. So if any Disney fans, just tell them to Google Having a Magical Day and request to join, and I'll add them in.
Right, but and you know how to do that as far as titling it. Like when I do, even when I'm on Haps, and I do my headline, I'll put, hashtag this, hashtag that, and it seems to draw more people. I guess like Periscope does. So when I was at Disney Springs, I did hashtag jazz, hashtag BLM, hashtag Black
Yeah,
History
see,
Month.
I don't use the hashtags. I never hashtag nothing. I need to hashtag stuff.
You do. That's what pulls. That's what opens up your window more, dude. How do you not know this?
I'm one of those guys. I'm not technological savvy. I'm very,
Oh.
I hit the button, go live, and type in a title and go.
Well, you can Google anything. If there's something you want to do, Google how to do it, and it'll tell you how to do it. And YouTube
All
does
right,
the same. Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
go and do that right now.
Yeah.
Actually, so
Get
there you
more of
go.
it
I'm going to
on
wrap
here.
this show down.
Yeah. And even some at this and at that, like you have at Grid Show, you can
Right.
at, stuff like that. And if there's someone that you like a lot, you at them and it draws their people in. And there's
Oh,
your
there
bigger
you go. That's
crowd.
right. I should have put it at WDW Scope. There you go.
All that. I always put WDW when I'm at Magic Kingdom. I go hashtag Magic Kingdom, hashtag parks, hashtag magic. I mean, anything that you can hashtag. That's why you see some people with so many hashtags. It's annoying, but that's how they get people to come in. It draws
Gotcha.
them in.
Now I learned something new.
There you go. And you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for spending the hour here with me on the
I know
show.
that was pretty cool. I logged on
A
and
lot
I
of
was
fun. Yeah, it was awesome.
yeah, I got because I was looking for NASA stuff for Sam, because when Gerald comes in a couple of weeks, we're gonna go up to NASA, and I follow Space Gal. You follow her,
Yeah,
don't you?
Space Girl. Yes, yes. She's the
Yeah,
perfect person. Yep.
she is. So she's giving me an itinerary as to what to do and where to go. So yeah, she
There you
knows
go. Yeah,
everything
Space
NASA,
Girl's your person for NASA. She knows it inside and out.
inside and out. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
she does. Yes, she's very knowledgeable when it comes to NASA.
Yeah, she's up at where is she right now? She was where is she? Not Coco. She's at one of these beaches. She got a really good deal. They're there for 5 days.
Yeah, that's right. She was advertising. She has a place on the beach, right? She's staying
Daytona.
there. Yeah.
That's where she. I'm like, what beach is that? Daytona. Yeah, she's at Daytona Beach.
Yeah, she said she got a really good price on it. I checked
She
in there
did.
the one day when she was doing it. Yeah, so.
Yep. Yeah. So
All
yeah.
righty. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Thanks again for coming on. We'll do it again next Tuesday night. We'll be back.
Yes, sir. I'll see you then.
All right. Have a good night. Take
You
care.
too. Bye, guys.
All right. There you go. That's been the first ever edition of Having a Magical Day. There you go. Thanks for joining me, guys. The first edition of Having a Magical Day is in the books. Don't forget, tomorrow, Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot. It kicks off tomorrow. Enjoy all the food and all the fun and get yourself some merchandise. There you go. Yes, yes, there you go. Harry says Harry got the opportunity to watch the launches from his yard. There you go. Thank you very much. That's Fran. Thank you, Fran. I appreciate that award. Thank you. All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next Tuesday night. Have a good one. Take care. This has been Having a Magical Day, episode number 1. Good night, everybody.